my name is Anneleen and happy 2022. I hope that you had a good celebration on New Year's Eve and, started 2022 on a very good note. And in this video, I want to talk about my New Year's resolutions or my goals for this year because I want to keep myself accountable. I already wrote all of my resolutions down in this notebook, but I figured that actually posting them for the world to see would motivate me a little bit more to keep up with them and follow through. Before we begin, I want to talk about the resolutions I made last year and the ones that I actually, succeeded in. One of my New Year's resolutions was to read 12 books, and I finished 12 books this year, so I was very, very happy about that. And I also had the goal of uploading 6 videos on my YouTube channel, and I have way surpassed that. So I feel like those two resolutions or goals can be, reused this year, but then amped up a little bit to make them a little bit more ambitious, because those 12 books really came easily to me. So I feel like I can set a higher goal for books to read this year, and also the videos, I will change that up as well. So let me just get into it. The first resolution that I have is I want to read 20 books in 2022. Maybe I should have gone for 22, but let's not be overly ambitious here. 20 books. I already have some lined up. I'm already reading The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I'm already reading Dune, still by Frank Herbert. I've got all of the Percy Jackson's books lined up because I'm still listening to that podcast, The Newest Olympian, where Mike Schubert is reading the books for the first time and discussing them. Every episode is a new chapter, so I get to follow along with that podcast. So I have a feeling that I will be able to reach this goal this year. I also have been using the story graph very consistently this year to track all of the books that I'm reading, how many pages, all of my reviews are in there, and it has been a very good motivator to keep reading. So if you are looking for a way to track your reading and you don't like Goodreads, or even if you do like Goodreads, the story graph really is the place to be. You can transfer over all of your books from Goodreads and have them on your account on the story graph instantly. It's really interesting. You can see all of the graphs and data about what you prefer to read, like long books or short books, or what genre, who's your most read author, things like that, and it's really, really fun. So I do highly recommend using the story graph just like I did this year. My next resolution or goal is I want to upload a video every week on my channel. I have been keeping this up since May of 2021. So I'm just going to keep going. I have little trackers down here so that I can keep up with my progress. Hannah Witten is one of my favorite content creators, and she once said, I don't remember what video it was, but she said, like, you have to set goals that you can influence. That is why I decided that I wanted to upload 1 video per week, and I don't have a goal of like I want to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, because that is something that is not in my control. Like, if you want to subscribe, great, and I will do my very best to make you subscribe, but I can't actually force anyone to subscribe. So I don't want to set myself up for failure, because if I set the goal and I reach it, great, but if I don't, then I will just feel really awful, because it's not something that I can say or blame on myself. I can't say like, oh, it's because you didn't do it, or it's because you didn't value it anymore, but it was just because no one actually wanted to subscribe. So I'll just stick to my own schedule, 1 video a week, and we'll see where that goes. Of course, I hope that people would like it and subscribe and show me some support, but if it doesn't happen, then at least I get joy out of making a video every week and just kind of documenting my life and how I am at the moment and who I am and what I care about. I think it's really fun to look back on, and I don't mind sharing that with the world. So, and related to that, I also want to improve my video making skills. I want to use more B-roll, as I am doing in this video right now. I want to plan out my videos a little bit earlier, because usually in the weekends I will be thinking, what video do I want to make this week? And then I film on Monday and Tuesday and then edit on Wednesday, which is not the best way of doing it. Some of my videos are a little bit rushed, or I wish that I would have spent a little bit more time on them, like adding a cute intro or adding subtitles, things like that. So I just want to plan ahead a little bit more and have a schedule of what videos I want to do for, say, the following month. And I also want to use different music. I don't really use a lot of music, especially not in the videos where I talk a lot, but in my reading vlogs, for example, I use some music, so I want to discover more music that I could use in those videos as well to keep things interesting. Also, I really like crocheting, and I really want to crochet 12 items this year. So once a month I want to have finished a project. I have already started crocheting a hat. I figured that I would use today as like a starting day and do some of the things to get the first things out of the way so that I'm started and I don't have the excuse of, oh, I don't know what to do and things like that, because I have multiple things going on that I could work on. I also want to hang out with my friends more, or at least like actively invite people to do things, because I usually just wait around until people invite me, and then I'm always down. I will 99% of the time I will say yes, let's do it, we will meet up right now. But I kind of want to be the person who initiates things like that a little bit more, so that I don't feel guilty after a while when people keep asking things to do and I never propose anything. And then the final two are kind of linked. I want to really amp up my fitness level. That is mostly because I am working from home at the moment a lot of the time, and I just don't really move a lot. I don't do any sports. I usually don't like them, but I want to go fitnessing twice a week and also do Just Dance twice a week. As a gift, I got Just Dance for Christmas and I really enjoy it, so I want to keep up with it because it is a fun way to exercise and I don't have to leave the living room, and it is just an easy and fun way to get in that movement and that exercise just on a regular day. I also want to go to the gym twice a week to get some power training, because I have been suffering from chronic pain in my legs for about 6 years now, and it was only in 2021 that I finally got doctors to look at it a little bit more closely. I did go to the doctor initially when it started, but they just kind of told me like, this is a thing you'll have to deal with. But I was kind of tired of that, so I decided to look more into it, and I saw a bunch of doctors, and in the end I went to physical therapy, and it turned out that I had to just train my muscles, and then everything was fine. It was really eye-opening when, I think it was about the 5th or maybe 6th time that I went to the physical therapist, and we did some exercises that we hadn't done before, and it was basically just power training with like the machines and the weights and things like that, things that I don't own at home. And that was truly life-changing, because usually I wake up in the middle of the night, that happens every night, and my legs hurt. It is just a fact. But that night when I woke up, my legs didn't hurt, and it for me that was like instantly proof that I needed to do power training with my legs, and so I wanted to keep that up. And during my next appointments with the physical therapy, we focused on the machines with the weights and doing power training like that, but I also had some exercises that were just me and my body, and maybe some tools like a balance board, things like that. But now I'm done with those appointments and I have to keep it up all by myself. And I have noticed that I find it really difficult to do these exercises that don't involve weights or machines, because they just don't train my muscles as fast as these machines do, and I get really demotivated because I have noticed a decline in my strength, and I have noticed that I am suffering for a little bit more pain than I used to a few weeks ago. So I have decided that I just want to, commit. I got a gym membership actually just 20 minutes ago, and I will go to my first session later today, and I will keep it up. I want to go twice a week, and I will initially, this is my plan, I will initially focus on my legs, and just build those muscles, and then after a few weeks or so I will probably just change it up a bit and just go for the arms, core muscles, things like that. You know, I would like to change it up, because I realized that I don't like sports except for dancing. I really do like dancing, but dancing was one of those sports that if I did it for too long, my legs would start hurting. Or I would do it for short amounts of time, and then afterwards my legs would hurt instantly. It wasn't like a thing like, oh, the next day it hurt. No, I stopped and it hurt. So I'm hoping that with the training of my legs, with the machines and stuff, I can enjoy other sports as well. And also, I realized that when I'm just in the gym, just like doing that power training, I can just listen to a podcast and I won't feel as if it is a burden, you know, because I will be doing something fun at the same time. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to fill in all these little squares and see how my progress goes. What are some of your New Year's resolutions? I have to go to the gym now. Go back for my first visit to the gym so I can fill in this little square. There we go. I will see you next Wednesday. Have a good day. Bye.